Trip After Party on the Power Trip Podcast Network.
The Whisper Cast?
After party.
What is that shit called? Where you whisper into the microphones on
ASMR.
YouTube? Yeah, what is it? ESMR?
What?
ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah, you haven't heard about
I've
that?
never heard of that.
There's like there's a bunch of them, but there's this woman who does it. Kids love it, where she'll like get some item and she'll be like, "Look at your cell phone. Look at the case of it."
What?
Yeah, it's really creepy. It makes me
What?
super uncomfortable.
Yeah,
with
it's
some people
whispered.
Oh,
like
that makes
Yeah.
me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
like
like,
it.
I think, it's appropriate.
It's like
obviously.
soothing.
but it's soothing to like kids.
Yeah, but sometimes
Like, 'cause
people
it's
don't use
quiet.
it in appropriate ways either. It goes both
Of
ways.
course, I'm sure there's. Look at my vagina. I'm sure there's that.
Yeah, give me an example. How would
Yeah.
that sound?
How about
Keep
everybody
going.
do your sex talk?
Yeah,
like,
do
give them like a sample.
ASMR sex talk, Paul.
Yeah.
Go.
Look at my giant vagina.
It's
My
giant?
giant vagina. What a turn on.
But you're giant.
Can I ask you a question? Can you
Why
stop
is
for 1
everything
second?
giant?
Can I ask you 1 second?
That's what I'm into.
Why are you role playing as a woman? You could have pretended to be yourself.
No, that's what I'm just
And
saying. What I
the-
would be
you're-
watching.
Right, but I'm saying the female that you have in your mind sounds like you and has a giant vagina.
I mean, things sound when you whisper. if
Anything
you say-
sounds dirty.
Yeah, and anything sounds dirty, and you just assume because of the tone you're talking in, you want it to be giant. Like if you were like, "Look at my small piece of pizza," you'd be like, "Ah, that's stupid."
Small.
Sounds better when you use big words when being
This
quiet.
makes you so happy. Like you're so smiley when you do this.
you
Whisper
really
talk.
you like phone sex.
no,
You like whisper dirty talk.
Would that
to your
do?
friends.
Does that do anything for you, like a phone sex or a FaceTime?
no. Do you know who rang up a giant
FaceTime.
phone sex charge?
Chris.
Hockey.
Really?
What was it? Like $600
When he was like
What?
16
He
or
just
whatever.
kept calling him at his house.
He didn't understand,
He
didn't
didn't
know.
understand that.
And then his parents got the bill and he was in huge trouble.
And he would
Okay,
he
that's
talked about
amazing.
how nice the ladies were doing.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
me what you're doing. You got it, little boy. He probably sounded like the gal
Ew.
from
Yeah.
Monsters Inc.
Little boy.
Even you, Wazowski. Always watching. Oh, God. Just 2 packs a day, smokers.
Hey, do you know I just spent the day yesterday with Justin Gard doing some video stuff? That sounds weird after that conversation, but
Was it a lot of
for-
whispering?
I don't know. But I haven't spent a lot of time with him. He's funny.
Yeah, he is.
You gave me the wrong number for him, by the way. You have his
What?
old number.
Oh, I have his old number.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
But you still found him.
I found him.
Okay, you could have circled back and told me I'm an idiot.
Well, I
didn't know
plan
that.
on doing that today.
Okay.
Just letting you
so
know
the
you
point is
have
I
the
can-
wrong number.
I can delete that number.
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay.
And I have his new number.
So you guys have buried the hatchet because he took a big shot at you, right?
But it's great because we're playing off of that.
It was
so we're
funny.
doing some, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And of course-
that
yeah,
stuff
he's
doesn't
the
bother
best.
me.
And
Like,
of course, because and there was no malice behind his
No.
comment last state fair anyway. He's just
That was
giving
brilliant.
you shit.
and
that's all.
we I can take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget, what was the joke? It was something like,
I dish out stuff. He was like, it's not on Instagram or something. Like,
right, so why would Carly care? And then it was
no,
something
no.
about,
I was like,
no, it
is she?
was,
I don't know. Someone was like,
Carly as a kid, or something like that.
It's not on Carly's Instagram.
yeah,
so
and
I
he
don't
said
know
something,
what's
and then
happening.
so we would go back and forth about like things that were sponsored on Twitter,
right,
And like,
and of course, because he posts about his clients once in a while, too,
All
so you
the
give him
time.
shit
He
all the
posts
time.
about Delta
Hashtag
vacations.
ad.
I'm like, you do
Hashtag
the
ad.
same thing.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah. But I adore. He's great. He's
He's
great. And
great.
I actually went to college with his sister, so
His
sister
other
Jamie.
sister's now the
that's
tennis
his,
coach.
that's his sister.
Yeah,
she was a
Jamie's
year
now
older
the
than me.
tennis coach
Gustavus.
Edina, the women's
on.
tennis coach. That's sweet.
Can you say what you and Justin were doing, or is it a secret?
No, we were just Affinity Plus. We were
Oh,
doing
right
some
on.
videos for them. Yeah, some funny stuff. We were doing the viral video challenges, and I did the chubby bunny one with the marshmallows.
Oh.
funny.
It
Can't wait to
was.
see him.
How many did you get in there?
I think like 9.
9-ish?
It was a lot.
What challenges did Gerdsey do?
He did a planking one.
Planking?
We did some funny stuff.
Sounds
Anyway, when you guys were talking about voices, Jason and I are watching Chris Voss. Have you heard of him? He was
Chris
a
Voss?
negotiator. He was like an FBI, like a hostage negotiator, and he talks about the art of the negotiation, and it's super interesting. Super interesting. There's
What is
like
it on?
little tiny segments. It's Masterclass.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
what,
got
Rosie's
Masterclass.
son does.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes. It's fascinating. I want you should just watch one. and you'd love it.
Tina
I think
has
you
it.
would
We could
really
use
like
Tina's account. She bought it
You
for
could use our
herself for
account.
Christmas.
Yeah, and then you can gift one to someone.
Yeah, I think that's what she did.
Yeah.
Somebody gift me the poker one.
But they are so good.
I've heard they're good.
And he talks
give
about,
us a couple of the highlights.
So
like,
he
what
talks
does he talk
about
when it comes to negotiation?
His very first negotiation, he was talking to bank robbers. And throughout, so what he does is he plays, and they have the video, the audio tapes of him doing the negotiation. So he will pause it periodically and talk about what he was doing and why.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it's like introduce yourself and make you a human right away. So like say your name, like, and then his inflection and like how he talks, why he talks the way he talks, and asking questions. He used to ask a lot of yes, like that would end in yes, like you want to get out of there alive, don't you? Or like we're gonna make this so you get out of there alive. But now he just knows, and he talks about why and all that. It's fascinating.
That is fascinating. Think of being
it's actually
married
really, really
to
interesting.
that person.
I know. And so he basically role plays with actors and stuff of what how to handle a negotiation. Yeah.
Wow. Sweet.
Most of it's hostage, and
What a
so he
great
doesn't do
skill.
it anymore. But and he talks about how to negotiate with like your teenagers or things like that. It's cool. Yeah. But it's super fascinating.
One of my favorite shows when I was younger was it was called Standoff. And it was like every week it was negotiation stuff.
Never heard of it.
It was on Fox for like 2 seasons, but it was good.
What the hell are you talking about?
What was the Samuel L. Jackson movie? Was that called The Negotiator? Was that just the name of it?
Yeah.
And was it Spacey?
How about the first scene in Mindhunter, by the way? Do you remember that when Holden has to negotiate that bit
Oh yeah.
and the guy
How about all
dies?
that fucking
Spoiler.
show's not coming back.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
Is Mindhunter like documentary style where it's
No.
all real? But it's
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 so good, though.
actors. Okay.
Yeah,
2
it's
seasons
actors,
and it looks
but
like
it's
it's done,
real.
but it's so good.
Like
Based
what
on real
they're
people.
doing is real, but there's some aspect of it that's fictional.
Well, I think a lot of
Is
it's
it better than?
fictional.
Is it like Criminal Minds but better?
It's
Oh,
way
it's-
better than.
I mean,
Criminal Minds. It's-
first of all,
yeah.
Carly,
I will.
don't watch
Criminal
network
Minds
TV.
Criminal Minds is okay.
yeah.
No,
come
it's
on
not.
back.
Yeah, it is. There's
Network
some,
TV
dude,
sucks.
There's
one of
gotta
the-
be some
Man,
network
one of the
TV that we don't hate.
scariest things I've ever seen on TV was a Criminal Minds episode where this guy's thing was he would kidnap women and he would turn them into dolls, but they were like sedated, but he would like sit around with them. I mean, it's shitty network TV, but the concept of it is
Entertaining.
terrifying.
Yeah.
And they showed the room and they're like set up in this like tea party thing, and he sits down with them and conversates with them, but they're like sedated. So it's fucking terrifying.
Were they hot?
You are just so pretentious about everything.
100%.
Everything.
Everything's
I'm a TV snob.
Everything.
Well, I just don't understand like why in the golden age of TV, when there's 1,000 options, why somebody would pick something from the bottom
I've
of the
watched
bin.
them all.
Well, that's fine then too.
Yeah, I watched.
Yeah, but
well,
back-
not your Americans.
But like 15 years ago, when like Criminal Minds and CSI came on,
Less to watch.
less to watch.
That makes
and,
more
and
sense.
the networks though weren't like what they are today. HBO was still movies, and like 24, you go back and watch it, you're like, this is fucking dumb. But at the time, it was like, this is amazing. 24. I mean, there were other TV shows, but 24 was that first TV show where it was on weekly, and it was appointment watching.
Yep.
It was just the cliffhangers. It was just basically they took the model that old radio shows and comic books were, where there was a giant fucking cliffhanger at the end of every episode, and it worked. That show won Emmys and shit. 24 is a great network TV show. It would have been way better on. I mean, it's basically what's that TV show everybody says is the greatest that none of us have ever seen? It was on Showtime or HBO. It was about terrorism.
Homeland?
The Wire.
Homeland?
The Wire.
Oh, The Wire.
It's basically.
The Wire wasn't about terrorism.
I thought it was.
No, it was like Baltimore crime
Oh, I
scene.
thought. Okay, I thought it was.
It's about
but whatever. It was.
wires.
Yeah, it's about.
Obviously.
But
Did you think it was like the wires in a bomb?
that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Like somebody
Really?
has to cut the wire
Yeah.
before it blows up?
That's what I
You're
thought.
thinking of MacGruber.
Great film.
Great
By the way,
Yeah.
that is. Did we talk about that last week? That's going to be on that Peacock service.
Shit. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
It's the second
love
hardest I've ever
MacGruber.
laughed at a movie.
Have you ever seen MacGruber, Carly?
I've never seen it, but I think I would love
Is
it.
that movie funny?
It bombed so
it
bad.
Made no money. It bombed so bad, but it's freaking brilliant.
Who's the star? Who's in it?
It's Will Forte.
Okay.
So have you ever seen the sketch even on SNL?
I don't know. No.
So it was a long-running sketch on SNL where he played MacGyver, basically, but it was
Right.
They switched it to MacGruber. And Kristen Wiig would be like, 30 seconds, MacGruber. So, like, there was 30 seconds before the bomb is going to go off. And he always got distracted by something stupid, and he'd get into arguments. And it's like, 15 seconds, MacGruber, hurry up. So it was a super dumb bit, and they always blew up and died at the end. Every time. Super stupid. So when they announced they're going to make a movie out of it, we're like, they're making a movie out of MacGruber? This is going to be a disaster. But I about pissed my pants laughing. Two of the funniest... maybe the two funniest sex scenes of all time, right?
Yeah.
Like Team America World Police
With
and
the
MacGruber.
puppets.
But god dang it. The graveyard scene in MacGruber and then the first sex scene. How you cannot laugh at that. I will never understand.
It's
the
phenomenal.
Best. The celery bit, the fact that Val Kilmer's name, he's the bad guy in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
His last name is Kunth with a TH at the end.
Yeah.
So they keep saying like, ugh, cunt.
It's brilliant.
It's super funny.
But it's shit. It's a shit film, but it's brilliant.
Zach seems super impressed
Oh,
by
dude.
it.
I can't wait to see it.
I saw.
17.
You haven't seen it yet either? You haven't seen the movie?
No, I have not.
I don't know if Kristen Wiig's going to be in the show, but god dang it, dude.
I love Kristen
Oh,
Wiig.
man.
She can do no
They've
wrong.
seen her
So
here.
pretty in person. Yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah.
10 times prettier than you would think.
Are you
And
tired today?
No,
Zach's tired of doing this show with us.
No,
Are you bored with the show now?
I can't add anything to this because I haven't seen it.
Have you seen comedies? Have you laughed before?
Oh God,
Do you know who
What's
Will
the-
Forte
what-
is?
what is
what's
the
the-
topic you would
Yeah,
like
go
to
ahead.
talk about?
Oh, I don't have anything. I want to.
Nothing?
What's the funniest scene you've seen in a movie?
Holy shit!
Because I have an answer.
I have an answer,
I'd
too.
love to hear your answer.
I can tell you the 2 times in my life that I've
the
laughed the
hardest, and I'm
at
not
movies.
making this up, the hardest I ever laughed in my entire life, where I literally fell on the floor laughing, was the scene in the campaign when that snake bites Will Ferrell and he says the following line, "Staple my tits to my balls and make me do sit-ups. It hurts." I rolled on the theater floor, and the person I was with was so disgusted by it. I've never fucking laughed harder. That's, I think, the funniest scene in
Carly,
a film.
do you know the movie you're seeing that made you laugh the hardest?
Sophie's Choice.
Oh, my gosh.
No.
Inappropriate.
Gosh, I don't know. Let me think.
I got one. I think I got it, and I probably have one, maybe a little bit more, but it would be the Super Troopers opening scene. When I first saw that, as like,
Yeah.
it was like I was in high school, and we put it on, and I just, good God,
Were you high?
No, I was not.
First time I saw that, it was the
I
highest
was
I've
high,
ever
would
been in my
be
entire
better.
life. Not kidding.
Really?
My buddy and I went and saw that. Abbott hates these stories, but it's on the podcast. My buddy and I went to that film, and before we went to that film was the first time I'd ever smoked a blunt. We were baked out of our fucking minds, and we went to the Mall of America Theater, and I was like,
They got rid of that, right? Is that gone?
No, I
Oh,
think
they
it's still
it's
there.
like a really nice,
but it's like a really. I
Oh,
think-
they upgraded it?
upgrade.
Yeah, but that's that was and I told Stolhansky that once, and
Oh,
Yeah.
Abbott
I
got
know.
mad.
Go.
Best in Show when she's looking
Oh,
for
man.
Busy Bee in the their
Yeah.
hotel room.
Yeah.
And she's like yelling at the manager of the hotel. I love it
Terrific movie.
so much.
Dude.
I love that
She's
movie.
like-
Oh, it's so good.
What are you, a wizard?
God
It's
dang
so
it. She's great.
funny.
How much you think I bench? What? Just guess. The fucking.
The announcer that
it's-
movie to me is
It's so
brilliant.
dry.
Oh,
I
funny.
Is he
love-
wearing
I
two
love Best in
left?
Show.
Does he have two left feet? He's got two left shoes on. And that's Catherine
Catherine
O'Hara.
O'Hara, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his face? It's brilliant.
I love them together. I think, makes me so happy.
I have two that stick out because both times, to Sauce's point, I struggled to breathe. I was laughing so hard. Where it sounds cliche when people are like I laughed so hard I could barely breathe. I have two of those. One of them was the first time I saw Borat in the theater. I couldn't stop laughing. But even worse, and I know Hawk and I have told this story on the air a billion times because it's super vivid in my mind. the Aristocrats, when it came out, you know what the Aristocrats is? Not Aristocats.
Oh, I was
Aristocrats.
Like the documentary.
Okay.
So yeah, right. So it's the documentary about
God.
the dirty joke that all comedians try telling. You know that joke or not?
No.
So the
I
joke
don't know
is
any of this at all.
God, how can I do this?
Family
Dwight
walks into
even
a talent agent's office.
right. And go ahead, Zach. You do.
I don't know if I should do that. Actually.
No, go for it.
No, do it.
Okay, so essentially the thing is, it's got to end. Or it's going to start with family walks into a talent agent's office, and then it has to end with you can put anything in there. So
As dirty as possible.
right. So
it's
the
like
mom
this family
starts fucking the father.
Right. And the point is, by
Right.
the way, to Zach's point is the whole point of the joke is you're supposed to ad-lib
Right.
the joke. You're supposed to make the joke your own. It's like, what can you think of that this family could do that was just freaking disgusting? And then the talent agent basically says, well, what is the name of this act? And then the joke is, it's the Aristocrats.
Yeah.
So the
It's brilliant.
So anyway,
You gotta
that's
see
the
it.
joke, right? So what they did is
top comedians of all time.
The
Right, so they
best
made
one
this-
whoever did it was Gilbert Godfrey.
right.
Well, he did it because he
At
bombed
the-
telling a 9/11 joke, and the crowd was like,
Turned
what
on
the
him.
fuck?
It was 2 weeks
So
after.
then he did it.
2 weeks
Yeah.
after
Oh, no.
9/11 at the Hugh Hefner roast.
Well said.
And he says he goes, I'm sorry I'm late. I had a layover in the Empire State Building. Whole crowd
Nobody
just-
laughed. So then he
yeah.
flipped it and did an Aristocrats joke and brought the house down.
Killed.
So they made a movie this is probably 2005 or something, called The Aristocrats, and it was basically the biggest names in stand-up and the biggest names in comedy that you can think of, either telling the joke, like Bob Saget, who was hilarious, showing videos like Gilbert Godfrey of people who had historically done it really well, or just a lot of other big-time comedians telling stories of hey, I saw so-and-so do this Aristocrats joke at this club, and it was freaking awesome. So it's a documentary about the joke and why the comedy community loves the joke so much. Well, it wasn't, it was out in theaters, but it was hard to find a showing. So Hawk and I had to drive all the way to Eagan at an 11:30 on a Wednesday to go see it, because it was one of the handful of theaters that was showing it. We're like, yeah, we'll drive down to Eagan. So Chris and I go see a matinee 11:30 Wednesday Aristocrat showing. We walk in, two guys in the back row of an empty theater, back row. And Chris and I are like, it's an interesting place to sit.
Right next to each other.
Right. And in the back row.
Yep.
So Chris and I do man rule. We're in the middle and we're 3 or 4 seats apart. But we are the only 4 people watching the Aristocrats at an 11:30 Wednesday show. We start laughing or whatever, no big deal. And again, the theater's loud enough, so we start laughing through the film. But about halfway through the documentary, there is a mime that does the joke. So every bit of the joke, of course, is in absolute silence. And they don't even have ancillary noise in the documentary. They leave that part of the movie dead
silent.
Quiet. So
I haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it.
So I've never ever laughed harder in my life at in person at a stand-up comedy show. In general, it was the definition of, when you're not supposed to laugh in class, so you fight laughing so hard that it hurts. So here is pin drop quiet movie theater, and what this mime is doing is fucking hilarious. But the fact that it was so quiet, and Chris and I could feel the tension of the two guys that are probably just jerking each other off in the back row. Honestly,
Yeah.
they
for
are
them.
They
For
haven't
sure.
laughed the whole movie, and they aren't laughing
Well,
at all.
their mouths were full.
Right. When the two of us are pissing our pants where we can't breathe. I'm fighting I can barely see the screen because the tears in my eye. Yeah, don't play it for Carly yet. Or are you playing it right now?
Don't play it yet. There's copyright. Don't play it.
Well, no, I'm not gonna.
No, it's going to be dead
Well, you
silent.
can't hear it.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's so they didn't laugh at all, and that
I
made
haven't
us
seen
laugh
this in a
10 times harder because it's fucking hilarious.
I've never seen it.
All right, yeah. Try doing play-by-play of this Zach Walker
All right.
watches the
So
mimes.
mime has mime walking in or letting the family into the
flip it
door,
there.
and mime now is kind of miming as the kids and the wife, and now he's unzipping his drawers,
I'm pulling his
pulling
junk
out
out.
his schlong, and then he's grabbing a head and bringing it toward his crotch area and going to town. And
Look at
now
his
his
face.
fist has gone into something, and now a couple of fingers. Now he's aiming at some
He's on
other
the street doing this.
people. On the
That's
street.
what makes it even better.
And now he's, oh my goodness. More thrusting.
So, okay, and you know, Hawk's hick laugh is infectious anyway, right?
Yeah.
So he's laughing harder than I've ever heard him laugh. I'm laughing harder than I've ever laughed. We're both making each other laugh harder because of how hard we're laughing. And the two guys in the back of the theater aren't making a sound. Right. It's the best.
Brilliant.
I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I laughed so hard. It was fucking awesome.
I can't imagine, because I watched it on a plane.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
God.
I was
The
trying
best.
to stifle my laughter. The best part about it is, I mean, it goes from it's a documentary. There's talking all the time. To all of a sudden,
Dead silence.
just silence, and this guy doing.
I laughed so hard. and that documentary changed Bob Saget forever for me, too, because, America's Funniest Home Videos and Full House. I didn't know he was universally known as a super dirty comic. He's a super dirty stand-up. When Bob Saget kind of steals the show in The Aristocrats, his is super filthy, and you're like, whoa, Danny Tanner likes the F word.
All right, I got to go on stage, and he just gets up and goes.
Oh, dude. I haven't watched that documentary in a long time, but I think, don't they let Carlin go first?
No, Carlin, Carlin is first.
I think he's the first one they interview. I
think they were talking about
out of respect.
Was it Lenny Bruce? Or
Maybe, yeah.
they were talking about Lenny Bruce, and I think George had a lot to say about him. Because, he got, back in the days when comedians got freaking arrested in this country.
Yeah, Carlin got arrested in Milwaukee multiple times.
For what?
For
For
obscenity.
vulgar language.
Yeah.
Obscenity was like the...
Times are a little different now.
Yeah.
What? I wonder if that's on a streaming service.
Yeah, I
Aristocrats.
think I saw it on Amazon Prime.
Is it really?
That was like 3 years ago, so I don't know. If
I'm gonna find it today. I saw it one time. Smitty Hume and I saw it in the Edina Theater. Same thing. We laughed our fucking asses off.
I still
the
don't
entire
understand how you can watch things on Amazon Prime.
What do you mean?
I've never watched it. I know you can order things on Amazon, but I've
Well, it's a
never
streaming
watched
service.
anything on Amazon Prime.
Well,
I thought it was like you can get things ordered faster.
No, it's both.
No,
That's
Video.
the brilliance of having
Yeah.
Prime is you get free shipping, but you also get access to all their digital shit.
I didn't know
You have a
that.
smart TV, I assume, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's got to be an Amazon
I don't
app, and you
use
just download the Prime app and you fire it up. Put your Amazon account in. You can.
I use On Demand.
Wow. Okay. This is like explaining it to
service
my
do you have?
parents.
Xfinity?
Well, they have an app on Xfinity.
Yeah. So
in the
like-
X1 platform.
So you have the voice control remotes, right, where you can hold down the button and go like HBO, and it goes right to HBO.
Heck yeah.
You can do the same thing with Netflix, right?
It's
where you just-
2020.
right, you hold the button and say Netflix. You can do the same
But
thing.
Netflix isn't the same thing as Amazon Prime.
No, but it's
It's okay. I don't quite get it, but
it
that's
can
okay. I
get
don't
you to
care.
there.
I still feel I watch everything I want to watch.
Yeah,
I don't have
probably.
Disney Plus either.
Ooh.
I don't have that either. I had it for a month by accident.
By accident.
I wanted it for the free trial, and then I ended up.
Forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't
we
really
got
get
it.
Amazon Prime, but I'll get there. I'm usually a little late.
yeah, I don't.
I have
Man,
all of them.
I
Hulu,
rarely-
Prime, Netflix.
Well, I mean Netflix. I
Disney
rarely
Plus,
watch it,
Apple
I'm
TV.
thinking about canceling.
but it's worth it for like the Henry Lucas thing I watched.
And Hernandez.
Like, there's always a documentary that sucks me right back in. Every time I'm like, what the fuck do I have this for? I never use it. And then I'm like, I'm going to cancel
You
it.
find
Oh,
something.
wait.
I'm trying to think of why I need regular TV now.
Your wife and I need Hulu for Handmaid's
Tale, for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, but I don't watch live sports.
Yeah, he doesn't. You
I
go
mean,
to him.
if you don't, yeah.
I can't believe you're going to the Wild tomorrow. That's so exciting.
Are you going?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went last.
You got like a suite or something?
You went last
or what are
night?
you doing there?
Yeah, it's like the Coors Light end of the year suite. So like all the winners from the events throughout the year get to go to the suites
Maybe
of
I'll
Parish.
swing by and say hi.
Feel free.
Fuck. Yeah.
You guys got
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
free beer in there? Or
Don't
what?
know. I think so. I'm not sure.
It should if
Party.
it's yeah.
Maybe.
So Greg Alexander wants to see me. Is that probably a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's
Oh,
probably a
it's
good
really
thing.
Yeah, he's the sales manager.
Ooh. Probably wants to give me some cashola. Probably gonna make it
Maybe?
rain when I walk in.
I don't know.
Yeah, we've all been instructed to throw dollar bills at you.
Oh, thank you. Oh my
So-
god, that's lovely. Lovely.
Sauce, would you ever strip?
No, my body's. No.
But there's a body for everybody.
Yeah, but there's also a price for everybody. For the right amount of money, how much would it cost to get you to do a fully nude performance in front of 100 gals? 100 strangers.
A lot.
Well, 99 strangers in Carly.
A lot.
10 grand.
More than that.
$11,000.
No.
$12,500.
My body's disgusting.
$13,000.
Don't say that.
It's pretty bad.
$13,000.
No more than that. No.
So
How about
for a-
$50,000?
For a
$23
for a
50,000.
4-minute routine.
$23 cash. I might do it.
Hey, how about a 4-minute routine?
Yeah.
You can remain fully clothed, but start being seductive.
Yeah.
For the first 30 seconds. Then a little red light will say the 30 seconds are up. Shit's got to start coming off.
Yeah.
You have to be fully nude by 2 minutes. So what you do in that minute and a half, whatever you want to do. Tease them all you want. But the final 2 minutes, 100% nude.
That's a long time. 2 minutes?
Fuck,
So what?
dude.
So isn't it like a strip club song, like a 3-minute standard
No,
song?
they're like.
I don't know.
They're like.
How long is a lap dance? Like how long?
Ass sauce.
How long does a lap
minutes.
dance? Is it?
No, fuck that. They're not even.
Isn't it a song? Isn't that the
Yeah,
whole,
but it's
aren't
not.
songs
But
averaging
the thing
like
that-
3 minutes?
because
I
you're.
got a good 5 minutes.
But the thing about strip clubs and the trick strip clubs have, and I don't care. I've dabbled, not a lot. I think the last time I was at a strip club was
Tuesday?
was last night. No, it was my bachelor party. That's the last time I've been at a strip club. Honestly,
Which one was it?
It was one downtown.
Oh, that's right. I dipped out before you guys went.
You and
that
a
was
couple other people were.
That's where.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and people think that a lot of times we lie about that. I'm just not a strip club guy.
No,
I
and
like
I'm-
naked chicks, but like
Same.
I
Naked
I
chicks
feel-
rock. I'm not a strip
I'm a
club
fan,
guy,
but I
because
don't like strip clubs, man. It makes me
because
it makes me
the
uncomfortable.
Way, I don't like the way that some of the men in there are like, well, they're my property now, and it's like,
Right.
fuck you, dude. Like we're still like some people go into a strip club and forget that this is like America. Like they're just like this is just this is the Wild West. It's like, no, calm down, dude.
That's
can't do
someone's
it.
daughter.
Well,
Yeah, but
she's also she
But they're
is
all-
in there.
yeah.
She's making her decision.
right.
She applied.
Yeah,
she got the job.
But
But you have to respect them.
But what
Yeah.
they do is they'll play like a 1.5-minute song, like we have in the system, where it's like the beginning, the chorus, the end. But you're so, most people in a strip club have rarely seen a vagina, so you're not concerned about the music.
And also, if you got some rack chick just
Yeah.
motorboating you,
Boobs
it's not
in
like,
your
whoa,
face.
whoa,
Yeah.
you missed the second verse in the bridge of that song.
Right, correct.
I would like a refund.
Correct.
Quick question.
yeah.
So you guys had a guy on from Deja Vu, Max.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah.
How did Max come to be on the show?
R.I.P. He's
Yeah,
dead.
that's
Really?
a sore subject, but yeah, he's a part-time guy. He's a board op.
Yeah, it was a board.
He's
op.
doing both jobs, part-time in here and
Oh.
working at the VU.
Really? Why did
Yeah.
he die?
It's a sore subject.
Okay. Anyway,
R.I.P.
I feel
Max.
so. My show, we're gonna take a turn this year with in 2020. Mm-hmm. So I feel like
Overtime? Mm-hmm. You're going to move away from charity and get more into adult films and strip
Dude,
clubs?
Yeah.
you're doing live shows from the VU now?
yeah, we're doing big sponsorship,
Holy
big change
man.
in sponsorship. No. But I felt like we needed a revamp. So I've been thinking really hard about what to do with the show. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking maybe I should have a stripper on. Because she kind of does some philanthropic work in the
That
community.
would be a slightly different
like a little strip.
change
And she's
Yeah, but-
athletic.
to the previous
She's athletic.
overtime subjects.
Yeah.
Right.
Slightly different.
But I feel like it would be interesting. And I feel like we'd have listeners.
I think, though, I'm sure there's there's like a lawyer patient or a doctor patient. There's like a lawyer.
Confidentiality?
There has to be. Because I guarantee you there are a lot of people that go to strip clubs who do not want their significant other to do, and that's like their thing. I'm sure they'd tell you stories. I don't think they'd name names.
Well, of course not. We wouldn't
Yeah.
ask for names, but we would just talk
But
about like you guys would
names
with
are
Max.
90% of it. though.
No.
Yeah.
No. The stories are 90% of it. The names are a bonus. But anyway, I'm revamping this year, guys. We're revamping. Brianne and I are
Clubbing
going to
with
revamp
Carly.
it.
Can I give you a compliment and then also be skeptical?
Please.
This
There's equity that it's like a charity-driven show, right? You talk about people getting out in the community.
Right.
So it's going to be hard to completely ditch that.
Right.
Unless you just...
We can't.
Unless you ditch that show together and just do a different Carly Zucker show, right?
No.
But otherwise, you're a super good interviewer. So
I
I
really
would listen
appreciate
to you
that.
interview
Thank
a
you.
stripper. It just would feel weird having it on overtime.
Right.
That's
So-
kind of a problem.
No, totally agree.
Should do a podcast.
Maybe it's double overtime.
Double D time.
Double D time
I don't get it.
with Carly Zucker.
You wouldn't.
No, but we're gonna make a change. I think we're gonna have more conversation with
Thanks, Michael.
me and Brianne. I want to bring Brianne on a little bit more.
Okay, why can't you just let a dude do it? Yeah. I mean, why?
Good.
I mean,
I've done it a few
Girl
times.
power.
what,
Yeah, but then you
overtime?
ditched me.
I
You're like
ditch you.
you were like I don't want this gig anymore.
I know-
She's a
no,
big pain in
fuck
the
no,
she's
I
a
never
pain
said
in the
that.
ass.